Hi everybody, yes, I'm your token folk singer. I like that last song about folk singers. I think it was anyway. Right, yeah, I do songs about the ups and downs and quirks of life on the Isle of Wight. And this song is about a gastronomic icon of the island. The first one I ever bought, I think, was about 70p. Now they're 165, I think. I've got an Isle of Wight t-shirt, got an Isle of Wight cap. I've got an Isle of Wight postcode, an Isle of Wight map. I've got an Island Rover ticket, goes to all my favourite places. In my bag I've got a Belgian bun from Grace's. I've got a little ornament of sand from Allen Bay. Got a photo of the chairlift with me up and away. I've got a donkey at Roxall, she makes the sweetest faces when she sees my Belgian bun from Grace's. It's got raisins all inside, it's got icing all around. Must be 8 inches wide, gotta weigh half a pound. It's got lemon where the base is and the cherry just for fun. It's from Grace's, my Grace's Belgian bun. Got my tickets for the festival, got early bird half price, got wellies and umbrella if the weather isn't nice, got my hat for if it's hot, got my sun cream for the sun. Best of all, I've got Grace's Belgian bun. I've got a name down for a beach hut, got a bucket and a spade, and until the sea comes up I've got a castle what I've made. Got my walk the white medal, got a dog to fetch my sticks, got my radio set to Vectis FM 104.6. They play this song every week, it's great. Grace's does coffee, cakes and tea. Make sure the biggest Belgian bun is put aside for me. Got an island girl I've met, gives me kisses and embraces. Mwah. But she ain't gonna get my Belgian bun from Grace's. It's got raisins all inside, it's got icing all around. Must be 8 inches wide, got to weigh half a pound. It's got lemon where the base is and a cherry just for fun. It's from Grace's, my Grace's Belgian bun. Yes, when all is said and done, I'm going to have a lot of fun with my Belgian bun from Grace's, my Grace's Belgian bun. It's not been a good year for ferries, has it? If you're on an international flight and your flight is delayed by a certain amount or cancelled, there's global rules, whichever airline you're on, for what compensation you get, what refunds, hotel, accommodation, taxis, stuff like that. If you're a train in Britain, they now, if you're going to be even 15 minutes late, they now are obliged to. They announce on a tannoy, the website you can go to get a refund, 15 minutes, half an hour late. And it all works. I use it every time I'm late. If you're about to board an Isle of Wight ferry, and you're also like the next one on, and then it's happened to me, the barrier comes down, and then they start reversing all the cars back off it again in front of you. And they don't know when the next one's going to be, and they send the most junior employee up the line of cars to tell everybody the bad news while all the, the seasoned ones all hide. If you don't already know what you get, this song tells you. You can.
Once upon a time, I was that young, unseasoned employee going up and down the line of cars looking for Mr. Right, of all people.
Oh, really? They sent you... Well, at least it was...
Mr. Right, not for you, mate.
My wife gets so... My wife said, go and take a trip, visit your relations. I've booked you on a ferry ship, made your reservations. So I went down to the ferry to bag myself a seat. Then I headed down the buffet to fetch a bite to eat. But then the steward's clerk came up and told us with a frown, you'll have to disembark, 'cause this ferry's broken down. He said, we're staying here without you, but the company is giving everyone a voucher for a cup of tea. Well, true, isn't it? Well, a voucher for a free cup of tea. I can tell you I'm as happy as can be. I can't get across to town 'cause my ferry's broken down, but they've given me a voucher for a free cup of tea. A voucher for a free cup of tea. The steward said, we're sorry, disappointing, yes I know. I told him, mate, don't worry, I don't mind if I don't go, 'cause by way of consolation, I've got compensation. They're giving me a voucher for a free cup of tea. Well, a voucher for a free cup of tea. I can tell you I'm as happy as can be. I can't get across to town 'cause my ferry's broken down, but they've given me a voucher for a free cup of tea. A voucher for a free cup of tea. The advert says this ferry's green under sea conditions, fast and quiet and very clean. It's got reduced emissions, now it's tied up by the quay, so it doesn't make a sound. And it's emission free, 'cause it's broken down. It's just an Isle of Wight ferry and they don't go very far. Won't take you to Hawaii or Peru or Zanzibar or China or Corunna or Kuwait or to Kildare. And this one isn't gonna take me anywhere. But I got a voucher for a free cup of tea. I can tell you I'm as happy as can be. I can't get across to town 'cause my ferry's broken down, but they've given me a voucher for a free cup of tea. A voucher for a free cup of tea. So I went back to my place to go surprise the wife. You should have seen her face, she got the startle of her life. And the fella in bed with her was off running like a shot. I want a divorce, she said, yes, that is what. And I'll have the house, the car, the kids, the money, all the lot. But never mind, I said, just look at what I've got. I've got a voucher for a free cup of tea. And I can tell you I'm as happy as can be. I can't get across to town 'cause my ferry's broken down, but they've given me a voucher for a free cup of tea. There's milk and sugar too, and a little plastic spoon with my voucher for a free cup of tea. So now when everything goes wrong, I just sing my happy song, and I think about my voucher for a free cup of tea. My voucher for a free cup of tea. It gets worse, right? Yeah, I love the Isle of Wight. That's why I sing songs about it. I was reading a history book just recently, and there was a section, episode in the island's history that I'd never come across before. I don't think anybody else has. 1545, the French sent an invasion fleet up the Solent with the aim of invading England, I guess, and restoring Catholicism or whatever their particular purpose was, or just looting the place. It's the same engagement where the Mary Rose sank. But there's quite a big alarm along the south coast, and all the menfolk of the island were all called up to form the militia to defend the northern coast from the evil French, leaving the women behind to look after the farms and the fishing and so on. The French saw their opportunity and came ashore at Whitecliff Bay with the aim of ravaging the island. But the ladies of the Whites set about them with their pitchforks and scythes and fish knives and so on, drove them back into the sea, and quite a few of them drowned. I thought, song. Well, so the story goes, when sank the Mary Rose in 1545 off Spithead Shore, Count Annibald of France said, "Come on lads, here's a chance to go and give the Isle of Wight what for." While the menfolk were away, they came ashore at Whitecliff Bay, but ended up all drowned in the sea, 'cause the ladies of the Wight all turned up for a fight, saying, "I'm an island girl, don't mess with me." They said, "Don't mess with an island girl, don't you mess with an island girl, 'cause if you did, you'd wish you didn't have messed with an island girl." Well, Lady Isabella said, "I don't need a fella to help me rule the island, I do fine. It's the 13th century and it all belongs to me, so I'll rule it by decree, 'cause it's all mine. If I marry, then I lose it. That isn't how I choose it. The prince's proposition constantly. But I don't need that hassle, so I built myself that castle. And I'm an island girl, don't mess with me." She said, "Don't mess with an island girl, don't you mess with an island girl, 'cause if you did, you'd wish you didn't have messed with an island girl." Barefoot, free and wild, when Vicky was a child, the Isle of Wight is what she did prefer. But then at 17 they promoted her to Queen, and Albert built her Osborne just for her. Well then from there she ruled a quarter of the world, sang Rule Britannia over land and sea. And if that doesn't pass, you'll find a gunboat up your arse, 'cause I'm an island girl, don't mess with me. She said, "Don't mess with an island girl, don't you mess with an island girl, 'cause if you did, you'd wish you didn't have messed with an island girl." Well, now I must confide, I fell for a girl from Ryde. I wanted her for my bride to be, so I went to ask her dad, who said, "Now listen, lad, I married her mother, now look at me. Here is my advice, I didn't treat her nice. Now she gives me what for merry hell. Now I'm wiser and I'm older, and it's time that I told you, whatever you do, don't mess with an island girl." He said, "Don't mess with an island girl, don't you mess with an island girl, 'cause if you did, you'd wish you didn't have messed with an island girl." But now I must confide, I messed with that girl from Ryde. Yes, I went and did. Now I wish I didn't have messed with that island girl. So don't mess with an island girl, don't you mess with an island girl, 'cause if you did, you'd wish you didn't have messed with an island girl. Right, I'm going to do one more song, and I'd really love to have some help here. 10 years ago, Mermaid Gin, I think, first started appearing at a little distillery that was on the, that little vineyard the other side of Ryde. Forgotten its name now. No, it's not. No, it's a little one. It's not vineyard anymore. It's houses. Rosemary Vineyard. Rosemary Vineyard. Yeah, it was like in a sort of a barn there, and so I went there, had a look around, and it was great. So I wrote them a song called Mermaid Gin, and I've been performing this song all over the island for the last 10 years. Mermaid Gin has gone from being a little sort of, thing in a shed to a global brand in those 10 years. And do you know how much free gin they've given me? Yeah, that much. So I'm going to try, and they're all my big effort. So I'm going to try and get this video, which I guess it will be. My glamour assistant there is going to pass around slips of paper with the chorus on. And we're going to have and then I'm going to practice the chorus. And then what I'd really love you to do is to try and get me some gin by singing lustily as if there's sort of hundreds of you, loud enough to be picked up on the microphone in the choruses. Sound as if you're really enjoying it, even though you're not, I know. And then at the end, thunderous applause and whooping and banging tables. We won't turn the camera to show how few of you there actually are. And then I'm going to send it to the bigwigs at Mermaid Gin and say, "Oh, please, just a miniature or a glass or a T-shirt. You know, I don't need a whole bottle. See if I can get something for this song. Have you all got one? You haven't got one? Oh, right, yeah? Yeah. Right, so we'll have a little practice first, and then we'll get going. The chorus goes, mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. I could do it again till I can hear you. Mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. I think we've got the idea now. A bit louder when it's for real though. I can hear you though, Chris, I hope so too. We're recording. They take spring water, juniper berries and grain and secret botanicals. They're not sane. And they put them in a copper and they mash it all day and they bubble it all night long. And out of a column still, clear and bright, comes mermaid gin, and it's all right. It's the best kept secret on the Isle of Wight, or it was till I wrote this song. Mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. The gin's named after the mermaid bronze on the rocks by Cowes Marina. She plays dead with a seagull on the head, I'm sure you must have seen her. Well, I like to have a gin or 3 years into Cowes I sail. When I do, I'll swear she winks at me with a cheeky little flick of her tail. Mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. Once I fell in love with a mermaid, she swam in from the sea. I knew I really fancied her, I thought she fancied me. And so I said, shall we be wed, you're the one I want to marry. But she said, no, I'm gonna go, I'm staying halibut. A mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. Well, my best mate got a girlfriend, but things was rather slow. However she put her question, his answer was always no. So she bought him a bottle of mermaid gin to see if he might flirt. Next morning we found him sewing all the buttons back on his shirt. Mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. Well, my wife, she's called Iris, she don't do things by half. When she got that damn virus, she ran herself a bath of mermaid gin, then hopped straight in, she likes it nice and hot. And I'm assured that she's now cured, she drank the whole damn lot. Mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. When I found where they make mermaid gin, I took myself along to see the boss, to ask if he would like to buy my song. He said, I love it, how much do you want just to hear you sing it again? I said, boss, you keep your money, just pay me in mermaid gin, please. Mermaid gin, it doesn't have real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. It says mermaid gin on the tin, but they don't put real mermaids in, just waves of heaven and a ripple of sin in a bottle of mermaid gin. Thank you, crowd. Yeah, that's me worn out.
The wonderful Mr. Steve Love.
Thanks, everybody.